It hasn't even been 6 months, and already Jacy Jane is the new Women's United States Champion. Now the question is, can anybody stop Fatal Influence from their reign of terror? Who will be able to step up to WWE's, as Booker T calls her, resident rock star, and challenge for the Women's United States title? Honestly, it's very difficult to come up with a correct answer because of the fact that what happened on SmackDown this past Friday was, I wouldn't say there was a lot of controversy in that matchup, but with the fact that Fatal Influence got involved. Excuse me, hella tired. Anyway, as I was saying, with the fact that Fatal Influence got involved, with the fact that the interim women's champion Chelsea Green got involved, it was pure chaos outside the ring, which is what caused Tiffany Stratton to lose her title to Jacy Jane. So the roster on SmackDown in the women's division is rather interesting, right? I mean, you've got Alexa Bliss, you've got B-Fab, you've got Blake Monroe, you've got Candice LeRae, you've got Charlotte Flair, you've got Julia, Jade Cargill, Jordynne Grace, Kiana James, Lash Legend, Michin, Nia Jax. Who else? Obviously, the former champion Tiffany Stratton, and the newest addition to the SmackDown roster, Tatum Paxley. So there's definitely a lot of room. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. Hella tired. There is a pretty decent amount of room to expand the women's division on SmackDown. So there could be a time at some point where, yes, Nick Aldis, the GM of SmackDown, could bring in more talent from NXT to challenge Jacy for said women's US title. You know, Zarya could potentially show up. Kendall Gray could show up, which her time can come up at any given moment right now. There's been rumors that Lola Vice from NXT will be joining the SmackDown roster. Obviously with the fact that she is currently in a committed relationship with the former tag team champion now, Damian Priest. Huge congrats to the both of them. So there is some room to expand the women's division, but for right now, I think it just comes down to only 4 women that I can see taking that challenge. The former champion Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, and this might sound a little crazy, but Julia. The reason why I believe Tiffany Stratton deserves a shot at the title is because of that, right? She's the former champion. She's definitely owed a rematch for the title. So at some point, yes, she will get her rematch for said women's US title. And I think it's pretty safe to say she could be the one. You never know. Now, Nia Jax, on the other hand, yes, while it is true that yes, she is a former WWE Women's Champion, there's one thing that she has yet to do, right? She's a multi-time WWE Women's Champion. She's a multi-time Women's Tag Team Champion. She's a former Queen of the Ring winner. She's competed in. She's actually the only woman in WWE that has competed in both the men's and the women's Royal Rumble matches in a single night. But let's not forget as well, Nia Jax is the second woman to compete in the, or actually, I believe the fourth. Yes, I believe she is the fourth woman to compete in the men's Royal Rumble. I think the last time was Beth Phoenix. I could be wrong. It's been a minute, but yeah, you guys can let me know in the comments below. But out of everything that she's done in WWE, she has yet to win the women's United States title. So I think we could see Nia Jax become a Triple Crown champion on SmackDown. I would not mind seeing that whatsoever. Now Jade Cargill, on the other hand, she's already in line to potentially becoming a Triple Crown champion in her own right. People forget she's a multi-time tag team champion. She's a former WWE Women's Champion. And just like Nia Jax, Jade Cargill is also a former Queen of the Ring winner. In fact, she's actually last year's Queen of the Ring winner. So there's definitely some room for Jade Cargill to take up that challenge. Because honestly, I think the fans would love to see Fatal Influence go up against Jade Cargill and her baddies. That could make for a hell of a main event for any PLE at any given time. I could see that. Now, as far as Julia goes, much like Tiffany Stratton, Julia is actually a two-time Women's United States champion, and in spite of what people have said about her reign as champion, she was a great champion. Yes, I get that she rarely defended the title, but it mostly had a lot to do with the fact that Kiana James was protecting her investment, if you will. And I think that was what caused Julia's downfall, right? Like, that was what caused her to go down a path that ultimately backfired on Julia's career. And now that Julia is going at it on her own, and she's become a babyface once again, like she was back in NXT. There's definitely a lot. There's definitely a lot of room to open the doors for more opportunities for the Beautiful Madness, and I can honestly say that maybe it is indeed the women's U.S. title. Possible? Absolutely. Bound to happen? Only time will tell. So between these four, I can honestly say that it won't be Jade Cargill. And it won't be, as crazy as this may sound, it is not going to be Nia Jax. The only reason is because of two things. Number one, they both want the WWE Women's title. Actually, they actually want the interim Women's title, which is currently being held by Chelsea Green. The original Women's title is still being held by Rhea Ripley. However, there's been a lot of rumors that with her successful surgery that she had recently, there's been a lot of chatter that WWE could remain make Chelsea Green the permanent WWE Women's Champion, but I don't think that's going to happen because knowing Rhea, once she comes back, she's definitely gonna call herself the one true WWE Women's Champion. However, the other reason is Nia Jax also wants the women's tag team titles, which are currently being held by the other two members of Fatal Influence, the current tag team champions, Fallon Henley and Lainey Reed. So there is definitely a lot of room to see the Irresistible Forces go after the tag team titles, and there's definitely a little bit of room to watch how Jade Cargill makes her way to the WWE Women's Title picture. And with Chelsea Green, with Nick Aldis having to have given Chelsea Green 30 days to get cleared by the doctors, you know, have her orbital eye socket healed up, have her wear a mask and all that. With all this giving Green 30 days to get cleared, there's going to be a lot of moments on SmackDown where Jade Cargill is gonna target Chelsea Green. There's gonna be moments where we'll see Nia Jax target Chelsea Green and just find ways to force Chelsea's hand and have her defend the title on SmackDown. There's gonna be a lot of those moments in the coming weeks. So between Tiffany Stratton and Julia, who should be the one? This is a crazy ordeal because both women are the two. I wouldn't say the two biggest, but they are two of the top baby faces on SmackDown. So there's definitely going to be moments where both women are going to stake claim to the women's title, but because that Julia has to deal with Blake Monroe this coming Friday on SmackDown, I have a feeling that the answer is probably going to be obvious, and the answer is going to be Tiffany Stratton. Reason being is because she is again as I stated earlier, she's owed a rematch. She's gonna be walking into SmackDown this coming Friday, pretty pissed off, and she'll want a rematch, potentially at Sunday night's main event, which is a possibility. But if I had to make a prediction, it would most likely have to be Tiffany Stratton. That right there is my opinion. Reality booking. If we were thinking fantasy booking, odds are probably Paige. I know that Paige and the Bellas are also on SmackDown, but let's not forget that it was because of Fatal Influence's victory over Paige and the Bellas was where Jacy Jane was able to secure her victory over Tiffany Stratton and become the new United States champion. So one could argue that it could be Paige, it could be the Bellas, but because that Paige has to deal with the Bellas, I think it's safe to say that we're probably going to see AJ Lee come back. So it's going to be a while before we see Paige become a champion once again. So if we're being real, I would say Tiffany Stratton. But if you guys think that I am wrong, and you guys think that someone else should take up that opportunity, you can always rebuttal in the comments below. I'm very curious of what you guys have to say. And on that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Excuse me. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more WWE topic videos in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, be sure to follow me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.